Hi there folks, it's Matt Hayson here. Today I'm going to give you a real close data download and some information that may influence whether or not you want to make a buying, selling or hold decision on property at the present time. Let's start with the auction market. Last Saturday we saw a preliminary clearance rate in Sydney sitting at 58%. Now that was revised down to 49% from the 621 auctions that were conducted last Saturday. We also heard that 1 in 5 or 20% of properties that are scheduled to go to auction are actually being withdrawn before the big day. Now that's double the 10-year average. Now, what does that say to us about the auction market? It says that buyers are taking their time, they're a little bit more picky, a little bit more choosy about what property they're going for, and if anything, they're searching for A-grade property. Now, if they can't find that, the next thing they're looking for is incredibly good value. So some keys to auction success. With all of that knowledge in hand, we suggest that you need to bring your home onto the market at a very accurate price. You need to engage the buyer pool and create the competition which is necessary to auction a property. Also, imagine you've been on the market now for 3 weeks, you're only a week out from the auction. What we'd like to see is at least 3 contract holders that are finance ready and they're coming to the auction with an intent to bid and purchase the property. Now you can certainly auction with fewer bidders than that. However, if you did, we would be recommending that you look to sell prior to the scheduled auction. Now, if you set up the process correctly, you can have incredibly strong auction success in the market at the present time. Like our agent Julie Hatch did on the weekend at 107 Brighton Street in Petersham. 22 registered bidders, the property selling for $350,000 above reserve. Now, such a sale doesn't happen by chance. That was a well-structured campaign, positioned correctly, engaged the market, created competition, and got a great outcome for the seller. Also during the week, we read from the International Monetary Fund lead economist Thomas Helbling that property here in Australia was in a delicate situation. They also suggested that the property downturn was greater than they expected and the Australian economy was contracting greater than anticipated. They'll have a full report on the Australian economy released over the next couple of weeks. Also Australian job ads, this is ANZ data. What we do know is the unemployment rate remains at 4.9%. However, March job ads fell pretty sharply, down 1.9%. That's the 7th decline in the last 8 months. Now the RBA still pretty optimistic about business confidence and business growth. However, economists are a little bit more wary and they're suggesting the RBA will need to pull the trigger and cut the cash rate in the short term. And then finally, property. It is a medium to long-term hold, which we've always spoken about. Now, 2 graphs here show that Sydney price growth over the last 5 years is up 23.3%. And then when you expand that out over the last 10 years, it's up a whopping 70.5%. So what does that say? Well, there's opportunity in the market right at the moment, and property as a medium to long-term hold is a very safe investment. Where will property values be in 10 years? Well, these graphs suggest that they're certainly going to be up. And then finally, it does look as though Scott Morrison is going to call for the federal election on Saturday, May 18th. No doubt the next month's going to see plenty of fun and games in the political space. So folks, that's all we've got time for this weekend. We've got some beautiful properties open for inspection and our entire team looks forward to seeing you out and about. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.